Before we begin, I would like to make an acknowledgement of country. RMIT University acknowledges the people of the Woiwurrung and Boonwurrung language groups of the Eastern Kulin Nation, on whose unceded lands we conduct the business of the university. RMIT University respectfully acknowledges their ancestors and elders, past and present. RMIT also acknowledges the traditional custodians and their ancestors of the lands and waters across Australia where we conduct our business. Next slide. RMIT is committed to redefining its relationship in working with and supporting Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander self-determination. The university's goal is to achieve lasting transformation by maturing its values, culture, policy and structures in a way that embeds reconciliation in everything we do. Excuse me, apologies. In line with the principles of Bundle, we are changing our ways of knowing, working and being to support sustainable reconciliation and activate a relationship between Indigenous and non-Indigenous staff, students and community. Next slide, please. We will now begin our program presentation. The first area that we're going to look at is dental studies. Next slide, please. RMIT has been at the forefront of dental education for more than 20 years. With a focus on dental assisting and dental technology, qualifications range from traineeships and apprenticeships to advanced diplomas. You'll learn from industry experts in our dedicated training facilities at the Royal Dental Hospital of Melbourne. Our partnership with Dental Health Services Victoria enables our students to learn hands-on within the Royal Dental Hospital. Only RMIT can offer this unique learning experience. Our strong links with industry ensure students receive practical training to become technicians, prosthetists and dental assistants. We have 4 qualifications on offer through our dental education programs. Next slide, please. Next slide, thank you. First, we have our certificate programs, and these include a Certificate 3 in dental assisting. This is generally delivered as a traineeship option, which involves studying 1 year part-time whilst you're working as a dental assistant and attending 6 single-week blocks during the course of your year. We also assess you in your workplace. We also have a Certificate 4 in dental assisting with a specialisation in dental radiography. This is also conducted part-time and it requires attendance on campus 2 or 3 days a week every month to practice your skills. We then have our diploma programs. We have a Diploma of Dental Technology, and there are 2 ways of studying this program. We have an apprenticeship option, which runs over 3 years part-time, and you spend 24 weeks on campus in a block release study program, and that is predominantly to do practical work in our specialised laboratories. There is also a non-apprenticeship option, which is available to school leavers, which is studying 2 years full-time, 2 days a week. The final program is an Advanced Diploma of Dental Prosthetics. This is offered part-time over 2 years, 2 days per week, and is offered to students who are working in a dental laboratory. Graduates of this program are eligible to apply to become registered health professionals with AHPRA at the completion of their program. Next slide, please. A little bit more about the traineeship. This is a national training package qualification that gives you the knowledge and skills to perform the duties and responsibilities of a dental assistant, and it offers pathways to further development in the industry. Some of the main things that are covered in this program are infection prevention and control, maintenance of dental instruments, chairside assistance, and administration duties. And there are different career outcomes from this qualification. Dental assistants are integral members of the dental health team, and they're employed extensively in both the public and the private dental sectors in the clinics. Generally, you'll work alongside the dental operator, helping provide quality, customer-focused oral health care for the patients. Next slide, please. Dental radiography specialisation. This is a specialised program that you can undertake after a Certificate 3 in dental assisting. And in this program, you'll learn to take and process intra and extra oral dental x-rays. That means inside the mouth and outside the mouth, and explore clinical photography for clinical use. You'll understand what the work is done by a clinical dental assistant, how to take the radiographs or x-rays, and also about cultural safety to treat all of your patients with dignity and care. Career outcomes for this qualification: dental assistants who complete the Cert 4 in dental assisting, specialising in radiography, will develop advanced chairside support skills to support dental professionals in both private and public dental health practices. Graduates of the course are an essential part of dental health teams and will be eligible to apply for their radiation licence. They are then qualified to take clinical dental photographs and licensed to create intra and extra oral radiographs. Next slide, please. The Diploma of Dental Technology, both the apprenticeship and the non-apprenticeship models. This is also a national training package qualification that helps you build the knowledge and skills required to effectively perform the entry-level role of a dental technician. It is a very practical program, and the majority of the work that you do will be done in a laboratory. It does this particular role in the dental health suite of programs doesn't involve direct contact with patients. It's a technical position working in the laboratory. And the sort of things that are focused on here are mouthguard moulding, producing a mouthguard, and design and fabrication of dentures, crowns and bridges. Career outcomes. Dental technicians provide support to dental personnel in public hospitals, as well as in public and private dental laboratories and clinics. As a dental technician, you'll use impressions to manufacture dentures, crowns, bridges and orthodontic appliances. Graduates are qualified to undertake technical work in denture construction, cast partial denture fabrication, orthodontics and crown and bridge construction. Next slide, please. The Advanced Diploma of Dental Prosthetics. This program will train you to work directly with patients. You'll develop your skills across a vast range of patients as you work independently to provide denture services and mouthguards to the public. You'll also work with dentists to service patients who require oral splints. The program focuses on treating patients in the dental hospital. So this is part of the program. All the students in this advanced diploma are required to see clinical patients, and they see those in the hospital. So you work with patients, and you also learn more about designing and fabricating dentures. Dental prosthetists work both independently and in public clinics to provide mouthguards and denture services, as well as oral splint treatment under referral from a dentist. Completion of this program equips you with the skills required for registration and work as a dental prosthetist in Australia with APRA registration. This means a dental prosthetist can operate their own clinic. And here we have a profile of one of our graduates from dental technology, Carly Rooks. And this is what Carly had to say about the program. Dental tech is a great course to study as you can broaden your knowledge and enhance your hands-on skills. Throughout COVID, there were some challenges we all had to face. My year level was lucky enough that we had our teachers who were a great source of information and provided videos to help us keep up our skills. We had some equipment at home we're able to practice with. Take all the opportunities that come your way and embrace all the challenges that you may face. Enjoy dental technology and good luck to all of you. Next slide, please. We have state-of-the-art equipment in our laboratories at the dental hospital, including computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing for producing dental appliances via 3D printing. We have computer labs, and of course we have all the facilities available to us at the dental hospital. Next slide, please. I would now like to introduce Jade Cusworth, who is the Program Coordinator for the Allied Health and Health Sciences Program. So over to you, Jade.
Thanks, Trish. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. My name's Jade Cusworth, and I am the Program Coordinator for Allied Health and Science Programs here at RMIT University. And I have the pleasure of talking to you and telling you more about my program areas. So the first one we'll start off with is the Certificate for in Allied Health Assistance. And this program is a great one if you're after something that is hands-on and practical and working one-on-one with clients as well. So within the program, you'll develop analytical skills as you learn to care for patients in a multidisciplinary environment. So when we talk about multidisciplinary, what we're talking about is an environment with a lot of health professionals or allied health professionals. So you might find yourself working alongside physios or OTs, speech therapists, those types of allied health professionals. Our main streams include physiotherapy and occupational therapy, where you'll be introduced to client movement. You'll learn how to implement care plans and how to evaluate the care that you've been providing as well. We have a strong focus on hospitals, community care and aged care skills. And you'll also be trained in cultural diversity and how to conduct allied health programs. Next slide. Here's two of our students when they're being taught how to use the hoist. So you do get experience with lots of different equipment and the correct manual handling skills as well. So this is in one of our lab spaces at RMIT University that was set up for students to practice those practical skills. So you will practice with patients of all ages and different environments, focus on assisting in physiotherapy and occupational therapy with a focus on rehabilitation. You'll need to complete 120 hours of clinical placement, which RMIT does find for you, and it's usually done 3 weeks full-time placement. You'll be introduced to topics such as anatomy and physiology, communication skills in the health industry, work health and safety and infection control, which has been a big focus in the last 18 months, legal and ethical requirements in health industry, and working with diverse people. Next slide. As I just mentioned, we do have a clinical placement element, and here is one of our students who has completed the Certificate for in Allied Health Assistance. You'll gain professional experience through this clinical placement with major organisations. So some of the partners that we have for the Cert for in Allied Health, Eastern Health, Northern Health, Western Health, Peninsula Health, Alfred Health, community health centres, and also specialist schools. We've got some stats here on the side in regards to clinical placement. So we're number 4 in graduate employment rate within Australia, number 4 in Australia for partnerships with employers, and 15,829 students, or RMIT students, undertook work integrated learning placements with 2,362 global industry partners throughout 2020. So that's RMIT on a whole, but our program also has great graduate outcomes. Career outcomes here. You work under the direction of professional staff such as doctors, social workers, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, podiatrists, speech pathologists and nutritionists. They visit clients, prepare reports and help with personal care that clients or carers may not be able to undertake. According to Australia's Government Job Outlook, job prospects for allied health assistants are good. Employment expected to grow strongly in the next 5 to 10 years. And we have had a lot of graduates gain employment recently as well. And these could be within acute care, rehabilitation, aged care facilities, community and primary health care, and also schools that are involved in delivering programs to children with special needs. Next slide. Pathways. So one of the pathways this is commonly used for is a pathway into the Diploma of Nursing. So if you were to take that pathway, you do 1 year in the Certificate Health in Allied Health Assistant, Certificate 4, and you do 2 years with the Diploma of Nursing. Next slide. A program summary. So the duration of the course is 1 full-time year. So you do 3 days per week of classes, and you can apply through VTAC or direct application for non-Year 12 students. There are no formal prerequisites or entry requirements, but you will need to submit transcripts of previous studies or experience is highly recommended as well. Successful applicants will need to provide the following documents prior to participating in practical placements. You need full vaccinations, working with children check, and also Australian National Police certificate. And it's based at RMIT's Melbourne City campus. Next slide. Okay, so my next program is the Associate Degree in Health Sciences. And the first question up is, what is health science? So again, we're looking at a multidisciplinary field of study, and this one involves applying scientific approaches to the study of health. We look at a lot about public health with a focus on populations and communities and on individuals, spanning the spectrum from the promotion of good health through to preventing disease and managing illness and disability. When you study the program, you'll develop a unique range of skills and knowledge for a career in Australia's health industry. You'll be able to promote positive health outcomes and important information on health. Next slide. When you study the Associate Degree in Health Sciences, some of the study areas that you'll look at include human biology, and this includes studying physiology, anatomy, anthropology, ecology, nutrition, population genetics, and sociocultural influences. There'll be program development and evaluation, and this looks at educating populations and communities, policy evaluation, health promotion and public health, and this is enabling people to increase control over and improve their health with a broad focus on social and environmental interventions rather than individual. Another important aspect to this degree is your health psychology. So understanding how psychological, behavioural and cultural factors contribute to physical health and illness. Next slide. Okay, health promotion practitioners work to improve the health of individuals and the community. So when we're looking at your career outlook, graduates might find work in the following areas. Might be with government departments, local government centres and agencies, community health centres, aged care agencies, health promotion organisations. Next slide. Pathways to further study. We have a lot of students who decide to use this associate degree as a pathway into further studies, and we've had some really successful outcomes from those. Students generally go on to further study in a range of fields such as health, health science, public health, clinical practice and social science. You'll find that your study in the Associate Degree Health Sciences provides a solid foundation for further study in a number of RMIT degrees, such as osteopathy, chiropractic, Chinese medicine, nursing, and social science. And you can see a picture of Hannah here. She did the Associate Degree in Health Science, then went on to Bachelor of Social Work Honours and a Bachelor of Social Science in Psychology. Next slide. Program summary. We've got a 2-year full-time course or 4 years part-time, and the delivery is 3 days of classes per week. And again, your application can be through BTEC or direct application. Prerequisites for this one is an ATAR of 50.05 and successful completion of Australian Year 12 or Senior Secondary School qualification. And you also need a study score of at least 20 in English. And there's a link there to further details on entry tasks. Next slide. Okay, unfortunately we don't have a photo of Jacinta, but Jacinta was one of our students who has just completed her Cert 4 in Allied Health Assistance, and this is what she has to say about the program and her placement. My will placement at Ballarat Hospital led me to be successful in gaining a position. I am now working in the hospital service at home program. My job involves mainly delivering physiotherapy to clients in their home, but also working with OTs, social workers and dietitians, which is exciting. Lots to learn, and so far a very supportive team of AHAs and allied health professionals and organisation. Okay, well that's it for me. Thank you for listening. I'll now hand you over to Laura for our myotherapy and massage programs.
Thank you, Jade. So my name is Laura and I'm the Program Coordinator of Remedial Massage and Myotherapy here at RMIT. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the two programs that I oversee. Next slide, please. So we have the two programs, the Diploma and the Advanced Diploma. So our Diploma of Remedial Massage runs for 18 months, so that's over 3 semesters. It's nationally recognised, so it's recognised across the whole of Australia. From there, once you've just finished your completed your remedial massage, you can move into the Advanced Diploma of Myotherapy. This runs for 12 months, so it runs over 2 semesters. It is internationally recognised. It's currently a Victorian award. However, graduates are represented interstate and internationally. Next slide, please. Okay, so entry requirements. With the Diploma of Remedial Massage, there are no prerequisites, and you can apply through VTEC. We have semester 1 and semester 2, so we have a 2 intakes during the year that you can access. With the Advanced Diploma of Myotherapy, you do have the prerequisite. You are required to have a completed Diploma of Remedial Massage, and you can apply directly. And we have 2 intakes, semester 1 and a semester 2 intake. Okay, so our program delivery, again with a remedial massage, we have 2 intakes, semester 1 and semester 2. It runs for 18 months, so it runs over 3 semesters. We're located in the city. We have classes, self-directed and online learning. We do have a practical clinic aspect of the unit, so you have to complete 200 clinical hours. Our clinic is actually within the city, so it's in the building 51, and we run clinic sessions throughout the whole of your 18 months, which is open to general public and students and RMIT staff, and that's where you'll get your work integrated clinic hours completed. So we have classes that are 3 to 3.5 days per week. We're a highly practical course, so a lot of that time will be spent on campus. We run classes from 9:30 to 4:30. That's including some of the clinics that we run. And on occasions, we have clinics that run into the evening from 4:45 to 7:45 p.m. Next slide, please. So the award covers the provision of remedial massage assessment and treatment to clients with specific needs, such as some of the courses that we run. So these are some of the specialised ones within the programme. So develop massage practice, adapt remedial practice to athletes, address the needs of people with chronic disease, and adapt remedial practice to meet specific needs. Those are just some of the examples of the 21 units that we do have within the diploma. Those are our more specialised units, but obviously we do have other practical units, as in remedial massage, massage skills, and assessment. Next slide, please. So we do have some great career outcomes. So as it says there, students who gain the award qualification are able to work as independent practitioners in their own business. They can undertake roles in larger clinics or within the health or sporting sectors. So our students do get have a vast experience and opportunities when they step out as a remedial massage therapist. They do learn about business, so they can open their own businesses. A lot of our students choose to go into a multimodality clinic and work with other practitioners such as physios, chiros, osteos. Next slide, please. So the pathway that we do have with the diploma is moving into the advanced diploma of myotherapy. Next slide, please. So the advanced diploma of myotherapy. So what is a myotherapist? Myotherapist is a specialist health practitioner who is trained to assess, treat, and prevent specific muscle dysfunction and various musculoskeletal pathologies. Treatment may involve various modalities that enhance the restoration and recovery from these conditions via treatment of soft tissue. So with the advanced diploma, we have your basis of your remedial skills, and we build on those fundamental skills and knowledge that you already have. We also introduce dry needling, which is one of our core units, and you'll be building on your assessment and technique that you learnt in Remedial to a higher level within the Diploma of Myotherapy. Next slide, please. So when do we commence? We have 2 intakes. So we have semester 1 or semester 2, which we call mid-semester intake. The duration is 12 months and it's full-time. Again, we're based in the city alongside the Remedials. We're in the same working area as the Remedials. Classes, there are some self-directed units, there's some online learning, practical clinic work plus practical placement hours. Now, myotherapy is a very, very practical diploma. It's a very practical kind of unit and courses that we do. So there is a lot of time spent, again, on campus. Classes run from 9:30 to 4:30. Again, the clinics that we run in some of those hours, and we do on occasions have some evening clinics, again from 4:45 to 7:45 p.m. Next slide, please. So the delivery model is a mixture of theory and integrated theory-based practical classes. Assessment is typically based around written and online tests, assessments, logbooks, and practical assessments. So with your clinical hours, you do have a logbook, so we can accumulate the hours required, and the practical assessments are held within clinical within your classes. Students can also attend a supervised clinic outside of teaching hours as part of their training, so you can go and do some volunteer hours if you wanted to, and we do have various organisations that approach us to invite students to come and attend, and we also have a placement that we timetable with a great charity called Hands on Health, and they have various clinics around the city, and we send out a supervisor. You have a clinic shift working with a Hands on Health organisation. Next slide, please. So work integrated learning, which is our clinics. RMIT student myotherapy clinic. So we do have a specialised clinic. It has an office, we have booking systems, we have external clients come in. We have a highly practical classroom delivery, so we have stimulation of workplace activities, practical application of key skills and knowledge. You'll also look at business planning and management skills so that you can go out and you can open your own business and you can ensure sustainable business practice and skills are executed. And we have the study of physical science that underpins the whole of the practical delivery. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So we have some industry connections. So we have the Fitzroy Stars basketball and netball clubs. So they're up in Thornbury, and we send Remedial and Myotherapy students out to that organisation, and they treat within their communities. Again, we have the Hands-on Health in Collingwood, which is where the myotherapists go with a supervisor, and we have a clinic that runs there once a week. We have connections with the National Institute of Circus Arts, NICA. They contact us and students can volunteer to go along and work with the physiotherapist there. And then we have the RMIT Sports Academy in Bundoora. So we can work across with all the sporting teams, the elite sporting teams in RMIT, which includes the AFL, some of the basketball players out there. And again, students, we connect students with all of the trainers out there, and they can take themselves out and be part of that team environment. Next slide, please. So you have some further study options once you've finished the Advanced Diploma of Myotherapy. So you can look at some of the qualifications at RMIT, so osteopathy, chiropractor, Chinese medicine, exercise science and nursing, which are all over in Bundoora. And some students also like to continue their studies into physiotherapy. Next slide, please. So we have some great career prospects. So the Advanced Diploma of Myotherapy is tailored to provide the specific knowledge and practical skills to train you as an industry accredited myotherapist, with options including you can establish your own independent practice, you can work with other therapists, so joining a multidiscipline clinic or working within small private practice. Working with the sports industry, so the Elite Sports Association and clubs, you can go and work with some of them, or you can go and look at some of the local and amateur sports clubs that also have myotherapists working for them. You can also go and work into the health sector, so working within the allied health sector and working within, again, the private and multimodality clinics available out there. Next slide, please. So the important dates to think about is we do have 2 intakes. So we have semester 1, which will commence in February 2022, and then we'll have a mid-semester intake in July 2022. So now I'm going to hand you back to Trish to finish up this presentation. Thank you for listening.
Hello. Thank you, Laura and Jade, for those informative sessions about some of the huge range of health programs that we actually offer at RMIT. Remembering that these are all vocational education programs, so they all have employment outcomes in their own right, but they also provide pathways into other programs. And there's been quite a few questions coming through about pathways and which course might be useful for doing which particular program. So we're very happy to keep answering your questions there. And I believe that this information will be available on the website later. The recording of this will be available later, and the answers to the questions. This is an opportunity for people to continue to put in their questions if they have more questions. Otherwise, I might have a look at some of the questions that have come up that we could talk about more. One question which I have answered in the chat, but which often comes up in the past when we've had live open days, is what pathways do we offer for people who ultimately want to study medicine? It depends where you want to study it. At Melbourne University, medicine now is a graduate entry program, and there's a number of degrees that they recognise as suitable bachelor programs to entitle you to undertake medicine. So it is quite a long pathway, but it is a pathway that's available to you. The science programs are more useful to go down that pathway than the health science programs, which sounds a little surprising, but it's because to study medicine, you not only need the health science aspect of it, but you need to have a lot of biochemistry and chemistry and molecular biology and all of those things which are covered in the science programs. And there's an information session from that area that's on at 11 o'clock. If anybody would like some more information about that. Seeing if there's any more new questions. Someone's asking about information on chiropractics and osteopathy. And they're programs that you can pathway directly into from Remedial Massage and Myotherapy. Those programs are both offered at RMIT on the Bundoora campus, and there'll be information about those on the website, but I'm sure on the program for today, there'll be information sessions about those programs as well. Someone has asked a really good question, which is the advantage of doing the associate degree first. There's a number of answers to that. It depends whether which program you want to get into ultimately. So if the program you choose has subjects in common with the associate degree, you will get credit into that program. Another good reason for studying an associate degree is that it provides a softer landing into university life, I believe. In the bachelor programs, you tend to study in fairly large groups, whereas in the associate degree programs, they're taught by vocational education teachers. So you actually have a lot more interaction with your teachers, which makes it easier to learn because there's quite a lot of complex material that you need to get along the way. Also, the associate degree in health science helps you to understand what a huge range of career opportunities there are in the health space. There's so many opportunities in health science, and during the associate degree, you learn about many of the other careers that are available in the health science space, so that's also really useful. One other reason to do it is that some higher education programs are exceedingly difficult to get into. They have very high entry scores, and in studying the associate degree for 2 years, you may not receive much credit, but it may let you get into a program that you otherwise wouldn't have. I remember a few years ago we had a student who desperately wanted to do a bachelor in radiography to become a radiographer and work in oncology, radiation treatment for people with cancer. And she was very determined, and she completed her associate degree, and by doing that and demonstrating that she could study at a high level, they were very happy to take her into the program. So it sometimes will help you meet very difficult entry requirements. So they're the three main reasons I would say. One, that you've got much more personalised type of teaching, that you learn about a lot of careers that you may not have even known existed, and it gives you access to programs you might not have been able to do previously. What else have we got here? Do I know which session will expand on chiropractic? That's a very good question. I don't know if anyone else on the panel in the background can answer that from the program, which I don't have access to just at the moment. I can see Jade looking. There's a question here. Someone said, overall, if someone was to specialise from this course, how many years is expected to complete this course? But we're not quite sure which course you are referring to. There's a question there from Jack, which Bianca is currently replying to, about the practical classes. And that answer's being published, so I won't go over it again unless Laura wants to comment on that specifically. For the person who was asking about osteopathy and chiro, that was actually on at the same time as this. So I'm sorry about that, but there is a lot of information on the website. And I believe there's also a STEM session on, yes, it was in the STEM session. And I've also got a message here to say that all of these presentations will be uploaded to the web on Monday. So tomorrow you'll be able to have a look at those information sessions for things that you might have missed or things you found out about now that you would like to know more about. So you won't miss out on that opportunity. Let's see what else we have. Oops, sorry. No more questions. Okay, one other thing that I wanted to let you know was when you registered for this session today, you will have provided your email address. So after today, you will receive further communication via that email about the particular sessions that you're at or with questions that you've got. So there'll be a lot more information available to you. Often Open Day gives people a bit of food for thought about some programs they might not have thought about studying before. And so there's plenty of opportunity in the next few weeks to follow up and get more information about those other programs that you might want to hear about. I'm just doing one last check to see if there's any more questions. The other thing to be aware of is that there's also live chat going on at the moment through the RMIT Q&A channels. So you can talk to people live there about any of the programs that you're interested in. So there's numerous sources of information for you at the moment. If you would like to, if you think of other questions, and that live chat's going on all day until probably 3 o'clock. I'm sorry, I don't know that information exactly, but yeah, plenty of chances to get all your questions answered. Someone is asking about something I'm not sure about. We'll follow that one up later, sorry. And I think we haven't got a reply yet to that question. Someone's asked about the practical classes for remedial massage and how they work as part of the workload. And
I can answer that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, one of our teachers has answered it now. The practical classes and the student clinic sessions both make up the 3 to 3.5 days on campus per week. Yep. And the weekly clinic sessions that you do will end up covering the 200-hour requirement for the remedial massage program. So the practical classes are integrated with the theory classes. You don't do all the theory first and then do the practical. They're integrated. So the question was about whether you can do them at any stage at the pace of the student. And whilst there is some flexibility, particular practical sessions, clinic sessions need to be undertaken in general at a particular time in line with the course that's being studied at that time. Did you want to add anything else to that, Laura?
No, I think you've covered that now. So the clinic sessions are covered within the timetables. And that just means that we do cover off the 200 hours. But again, you can go out and do extra volunteer hours, and you can do external hours up to 50 that you get yourself. So you can go and practice in some local, grassroots clubs, or a gymnastics club, or some events that are out there. So there is the flexibility to get some extra additional hours in that way. But everything is covered within the 18 months in regards to compliance for the 200 clinical hours within our clinics at RMIT.
Yeah. Thank you. And I can give you an update now on the live chat, which is going on all day via the RMIT website. And that live chat line is open until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So you've got plenty of time to jump on there and ask any questions that you have. And as I said, all the sessions will be uploaded. There don't seem to be any more questions coming through at the moment. So thank you for listening to this presentation. I hope you get lots of information during the course of the day to help you choose which of the many courses you would like to do. And although we can't see you now, we would love to see you in our classrooms next year. So get all the information you can, get your applications in, and we look forward to welcoming you in 2022. Thanks, everybody.